Hi, I'm Anna of All Trades, and today I am starting a cafe racer conversion project on this bike. Let's get started.
I get my hands dirty, they show me no mercy, so I just keep working.
This video is brought to you by Squarespace. I wanted to do a cafe racer conversion project my entire life, and last week for my 31st birthday, my husband Adam of No Trades and Isaac surprised me with an awesome project bike. The thing that makes this a project bike is that it doesn't currently drive, and much like my truck, it just involves a lot of different diagnosing that needs to happen. We were able to buy this bike for $700 because it starts but it doesn't drive. However, because we know that the bones here are good, that is all that we need. So now it basically is just a whole bunch of tearing things off and diagnosing problems. What we have right now is a bike that starts, and in fact we can start it. Yes! Woo! All right. So basically right now we have a bike that starts but not a bike that runs. And so just like we had on my Chevy 3100 restoration project, we are having an electrical charging issue, and so we need to get to the bottom of why that is. So we'll start tearing some parts off, and while we're at it, we're going to actually just leave a whole bunch of those parts off anyway, because a big part of cafe racer conversion projects is that the whole bike needs to basically go on a diet. We're going to lose all kinds of stuff. We're going to lose the fenders. We're going to change to a much smaller seat. We're going to change the gas can. We are going to reconfigure the suspension, pull off all of the plastic, and basically be left with a super bad, awesome bike. All right, let's do this. So first things first, get this seat right off. One of the reasons that Isaac and I wanted to start working together in the first place was because we have a lot of the same dream projects that we want to accomplish. He had said when I first hired him that he wanted to do a cafe racer conversion, and I knew that it was kismet that we should work together after that. Let's get this guy. So one thing about this seat is that our new seat is going to be much smaller and much cooler. We're going to basically chop this little design up, and instead of it being a nice 2-3 foot long piece here, it's going to change the way that I'll sit on the bike and be kind of more this way. But really what we need to do here is just get some of this plastic out of the way so that we can get to the battery and figure out what's going on. This bike was obviously a huge surprise for me. So Isaac and Adam went and looked at the bike together. And so Isaac, can you just tell us basically what you know about the bike right now?
Who we found it from, we went out and we talked to them, and they actually had interest in doing a similar thing. They wanted to do a cafe racer build with it, and they just kind of never got to it. So we talked online, we talked about some of the things that were going on with it, and when I got there, we really kind of broke it down and looked. So there were a couple of different aspects of the battery system that he's troubleshot a little bit, but he just hadn't put a ton of time into figuring out what the problem is. So we know that somehow, some reason, our battery is not charging. And so kind of what our goal is to do is just kind of figure out why. Just figure out between the rotor, the stator, the voltage regulator, just something in the system isn't working.
Cool. Let's do it.
Okay.
In its most simple form, the way that the electrical system on a bike works is that the rotor and the stator work together to generate power and send it back towards the battery. What we're doing now is testing to basically see if there is a continuous flow all around the rotor.
So we're looking for continuity. We're looking to be somewhere in the 4.2 to 5.4 ohms ballpark. And we're just not within our specs.
So basically that means that the rotor's bad. And the thing is that in a bike like this, when you have one component in the electrical system that is bad, it's by far the easiest thing to just replace them all. So you're not just chasing your tail, because one thing that can happen is that if you replace one part and it's still charging improperly, you can actually then blow the other parts in the system. So what we're going to do now is order a new rotor, a new stator, and
voltage regulator.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna hit all three of them. So whatever the problem is, we will fix it just by taking everything away and doing it all new.
But the best news is that the bike starts. We've got her to lose a little weight already, and now we basically need to hit Photoshop and decide how we're going to design the bike's new frame, and we're gonna have a really fun collaboration with making a new gas tank, and then start replacing these parts. As I mentioned at the beginning, this video is sponsored by Squarespace, an awesome, easy-to-use platform where you can create a stunning website for yourself. I've been using Squarespace since I started my business in 2012. It is really easy for someone who's not very tech savvy like me to drag and drop and create a stunning website with all my needs. I have a commerce section so you can buy merchandise or products that I create and sell. I have a blog, I can host photos and videos, and it's just a great resource for me. Make sure you go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/AnnofAllTrades to save 10% on your first purchase of a website or domain. Squarespace provides beautiful designer templates that you can just drag and drop your material into, and Squarespace also offers incredible customer support 24/7. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you're interested in this project, I bet you're going to be interested in my 1953 Chevy 3100 restoration project that I've also got going. The link for that is below. I hope you leave this video feeling challenged, inspired, and excited to get outside and to do things with your own hands as well. Cheers. Ooh, what was that noise? Oh, that was that thing falling off. Don't worry. We can use that in the bloopers.